Okay. Have you got the update yet?
Yeah, I updated it. I took a look at it, but I like went into the story to see where it would show up.
Story. Loading. Chapter BS. Verse Prelude. Or BS. Probably stands for something else too. Fight for your truth and bend the fabric of the story to your unshakable will. Future and past will realize against reality, and the form it takes depends on you. Oh, okay, so the leveling was required for verse Prelude.
Yeah,
well, that's
which
quite
is...
nice. That was good, let's do that. I wonder if we got to 49 after this stuff. This checks out with my suspicion of the whole 48, 49, and then 50 is going to be the big. Maybe that's South Skin versus 3. Either that.
I don't know. Okay, well I guess no more True Heroes. That's Prelude.
Any other comments before we start, or shall we just go?
No, I don't think so.
Alright. Start chapter 5.5. Real. Alright, it is picking up from where we left off. Who was Grace again? I don't remember who was who. Oh well.
I don't...
Okay, Grace time. The atmosphere of the lab sure is different at night. I make my way through the dimly lit, dreary, empty hallways. It's hard to say whether it feels more like a ghost or a robotic sentry could be around each corner. The sterile, high-tech vibe of the place feels inhuman and isolating in the dark. More than that, though, it's probably that Sarah isn't here. I've always depended on Sarah too much for everything, haven't I? All these years I've mostly hidden her shadow, and well, I'd be perfectly happy to be there forever, really. I don't think she'd complain as long as I was there with her, one way or another. I can easily picture her saying, just being you is more than I could ever ask for. Even so, if I'm going to stand proudly next to her, I need to be true to myself. It's ironic, isn't it? I know she doesn't want me to be here. But it's not like love is about being the same person, or agreeing on everything, really. It's not something so selfish or constraining like that. Because I'm Sarah, I'm more free to really be myself, to not be judged, but accepted for who I am. So, yeah, she won't like this, but she'll understand. I keep trudging carefully into the darkened corridors. It's surprisingly quiet. All I hear right now are my own soft footsteps. I'm keeping a careful eye out for those replica noise beasts, but nothing's appearing. Suddenly, a voice calls out to me, and I jump.
Oh, it's Stornall.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be Stornall. So, you returned after all, as I thought.
You! Where'd you come from?
Do not be alarmed. I intend to fulfill my promise to you. At night, it is easier for me to operate without suspicion. The replica noise beasts are currently disabled.
That explains why getting here was so uneventful, I guess. But still. I get that you're helping us, but I don't really understand why.
My life was ended by Gaius Antiphon, the master I am now made to serve. Anger, revenge. To be honest, as I am now, those are no longer meaningful to me. The realm of emotions is too human for this hollowed shell after all.
Gosh.
And yet, I can still remember the last moments of my life all too well. A drive which remains etched into my being even now.
But you can't fight him yourself then.
Regrettably not. I have no ability to contradict a direct order. Even the ways I can help you now are limited. Providing you with equipment or enhancing your noise, these are not possible for me. But telling you about a power you already possess, I can do that much.
Just so we're on the same page, this is a power that sacrifices the user's lives.
Unfortunately, it is. And to be clear, I had no intention of hiding this from you. In fact, it can only be used with the knowledge that this is the case.
Ooh.
The final burst draws on power of sacrifice, after all.
And you're saying you really think this is our only chance to defeat Gaius Antiphon?
My analysis strongly suggests that this is the case, at least.
I still want to believe that we can find another way, that we won't need to use this power. But As a last resort, I feel like I should know how to use it. Because if everyone's in danger, well, you know, if it comes to that, I'd rather it was only me.
Oh.
I guess you can say I'll because I'm Grace.
Okay. Don't say things like that.
Sarah!
Don't say things like it's only me. You're everything in the world to me, so don't say things like that.
Even so, I don't want something terrible to happen to everyone.
And we don't have to do this at all. But, well, if you've come all the way here and you'll even talk to a stranger, I guess you've made up your mind not to run away, right?
Well, this guy's easy to talk to actually. He doesn't have the vibe of speaking to a real person.
Oh,
Sorry about that, dude. He's gonna be just like, whatever.
I do not possess the capability to feel offended by that remark.
But yeah, I still don't think it'd be okay for us to just look away from all this.
Right. That's about what I expected. But in that case, as far as this final burst is concerned, there's no reason it has to be you. It's a power that every NOISZ has, isn't it? Then Sumire or Hakuna are just as capable of using it.
Well, to be honest, I thought that for a bit too. I just want to be with you. And for a moment, I thought, yeah, maybe it'd be okay if it was someone else. But I don't think it's something I could ask them to do in the end.
Thinking that you'd even consider it, I feel really loved. But, you know, it's just a last resort, isn't it? You don't have to feel bad about it. And if there's actually a substantial chance that we'll need it, then I'm not wrong to worry about you.
Even if it's a last resort. If something terrible happened to someone I care about because of me. Sarah, you still care about the others too, don't you?
Yeah, I love everyone in our group, honestly. They're all irreplaceable friends. No,
Wait a
more than
minute.
that. Hold on. Oh.
Wait a
No,
minute.
Starlight
Do we have
Polyvore?
different dialogue?
What?
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
Well, it's a good thing I have this
oh.
on recording. You keep going on Sarah's lines because I thought you might have skipped one by accident, but then I just pressed forward and okay, I have this on recording for you. I'll read mine later.
Alright. Starlight is a family. Kinda literally, I guess, thinking about it. I really don't want to see anyone get hurt, or worse. But if the only alternative is that it's you, then I'll do anything. I'll be the one to ask them, and I'll be the one to take responsibility. Isn't that good enough? Go home, Grace. You don't have to do this. Okay.
And then it's Grace's
Should
line.
you go?
Okay. I skipped a line because I thought that it was like something weird. It's an awful thing to say, isn't it? I don't want to see something terrible happen to them, but if it was you, I couldn't handle it. I'll be the one to ask them. So like yours talked about Starlight being really important to her as a family and stuff, but here she doesn't feel that strongly. I'll be the one to take responsibility. Isn't that good enough? Go home, Grace. You don't have to do this. Cold. I wonder what happened there. Okay. Let's see. I do though. If we're getting married, if we're going to stand by each other's side, I need to do that as someone I can be proud of. Is that the same for you so far?
Yeah.
Okay, let me know if something, because I forgot this can happen. Oh.
Yeah.
I need to make my own way so I can be equal in my own eyes. That means that no matter what, I can't betray my principles.
Fine then. You won't be betraying your principles if I stop you by force. If you're that determined to be a hero, I don't mind playing the evil dragon who stands in your path. Oh!
I'll never think of you as evil, but if we're going to fight, I want to show you how strong my will really is. I can feel myself become the hero I've always dreamed of being. And this space is dominated by perception and concept. That form becomes real. In my left hand, a massive sword manifests itself.
Is that binary star?
It's not real, but I guess this is the shape of my power now. It feels ironic right now that it's taken the form of the proof of our love, but yet It isn't really a contradiction. To really get through to her, what I need right now is honesty. Even if words aren't enough, I'll bear all of my feelings to her, so that she knows my love for her. My courage as a hero. Both of these things make me who I am.
That sort is proof, you know. Proof that in your heart you wish the exact same thing I do. Don't worry. No matter what it takes, I'm going to set you free. Oh.
Wait. Oh, whoa, we get different stuff. Okay. Oh. Alright. Okay? Okay. You have Shion, so you can be Shion.
I'll have Shion. Okay. It's been nearly impossible to stay motivated after everything that's happened. I mean, how could we? Not like any of us wanted to support that shitty old man before, but this was... I'd say this was the last straw, but it's more of a boulder, really. Still, I know our fans need us. Sunrise is all about finding the light in the darkness, and that message is needed now more than ever. Even if our own light is tainted, we can still help people find light and hope in themselves. That said, we can't help being off our game mentally. So despite how we feel, ironically, we've been practicing longer than ever. Alright, that's looking good.
Whew, finally got it.
All that persistence paid off in the end.
Man, I'm totally beat though.
Sorry to work you guys so hard when, well, you know. Don't worry, we're on the same page here.
Yeah, even if we all hate Yashiro, that doesn't change the core of what Sunrise is.
And all said, we're happy to have you here with us. That's not something that he can take away from either.
Even if you could go back and not sign Bakenoko, I think I'd do it all again. Oh, but if we're talking time travel here, I'd like to slug the guy in the face before I go.
And after too.
Endless time loop of slugging the guy in the face! Oh, this is so ironic.
Face punching experience Requiem!
Is this a reference to something?
It's a JoJo reference.
Oh, that's cute. He's punching experience Requiem. Real talk though, Sunrise is the three of us, and we're going to stick together.
Yep, we'll follow our captain wherever, so don't feel bad about anything.
End of the day, we're all working toward the same goal.
Oh, Sunrise really just keeps saving me, don't they? Years ago, this song offered me a hand when I felt lost and alone, and now, I hadn't really known what it was like to be surrounded by people who actually care about me as a person. People who let me find my own way as myself rather than pushing expectations onto me. When we were kids, Hakuna was there for me, but both of us were prisoners trapped in that horrible, suffocating world. I can see that more and more clearly now. I don't know how to express the feeling inside me right now, but I don't know if it needs to be said. Well, good work, crew. Let's call it here for tonight. Everyone heads out of the office chatting lightly, and I get an autocar head back home. When I step out onto the street, I realize...
Whoa!
Building's on fire? No, looking at the windows, our apartment specifically is on fire. It feels like a bizarre dream, seeing such a familiar place up in flames. This isn't the time to just be staring, this is really happening.
Wait, hold on. This is also NOISZ's music, for some reason.
Oh, it is!
Weird.
It is!
Weird, man.
I just... Okay. In a daze, I call the first person who comes to mind.
Oh, it's Haku. That's so nice. Okay. I pretty much understand immediately what's happened. Shion, you know where Auntie's house is, right? Ah, heck, I'll text it to you. Just get a car and head over there, okay? She'll take care of you.
Are you gonna be there too, or...?
I'm, outside at the moment, but I'll be back soon. You brave, okay? I'm sure that's really scary for you, but it'll be fine, promise. See you in a bit.
Haku, wait.
I hang up and quickly text her the address. There's no time to waste. I don't know if even an autocar will get me there in time. I throw on our stage outfit, enter conceptual time, and dash outside. This thing's made out of special material that makes it easier to use the noise after all. I think that'll reduce the strain of being in conceptual time by myself for a while. I sprint along the streets of the frozen world. My lungs and legs feel like they're burning up. My house is... well, it's like halfway across town. For once I'm glad idle training because of the buffers it is, though. I'm pretty confident I can actually make it. When I finally arrive, I see Shion still standing outside, frozen in time. Gonna be okay, kid. See you soon. I give her a gentle pat on the head, then head inside and start scrambling up the stairs. Whoa!
Oh.
At the top, I find the door already ajar, and the room inside filled with unmoving flames. A cloaked figure brandishes a burning sword, looking down on Yoshiro, who's sprawled on the floor. On second glance, that isn't really a sword, is it? Massive flame spouts from a lighter, mixed with flashes of red lightning.
Oh.
I'm not surprised to find I recognize both of those things.
So, you came here after all?
A metallic, hollow voice echoes from the mask. You know, I was kind of hoping I got it wrong, and I wouldn't see you here.
I hoped you wouldn't see this either, but here we are.
I'm glad you're not pretending you don't recognize me. It saves a good bit of time. The figure visibly shrugs.
We've always respected you more than that. You know that already. But why did you come to this place? Your sister is safe outside and you have no sympathy for anyone else who lives here. Rather, you should have every reason to be glad to see them gone.
Yeah, well, I do hate my parents. They're not family to me, to say the least. Family doesn't throw you out on the street like that just for being who you are. And outing me to the whole world? With them, I'm not surprised they'd stoop so low.
Indeed, we both know exactly what kind of people they are. It seems you have no lingering attachment to them. Then, what complaint do you have? Leave this place and let justice be done.
Don't you get it? These people are lower than dirt. Look at all the junk they've tried to put me through. You know what? I'm doing fine anyway. Sure, it gets me down now and then. Like this thing right now? Yeah, that sucks. But I can pick myself back up. I've been doing that for years and it gets easier every time. I'm too strong for them. No matter what, they can't stop me from living my life. They're just so small, you know? I used to be scared to death of them, but now I see they're just pathetic and miserable. That's not someone worth bloodying your hands over.
I'm relieved to hear that they are no longer capable of hurting you. Oh fuck, what did you say? I skipped.
Oh, and yet.
And yet, that doesn't mean they aren't able to hurt others, like your sister. I merely wish for a better future, and for that to happen, evil must be punished. In the end, don't you think these powers can be used for more? Even if the concept of music is saved, darkness will continue to stain this world. Violence is being committed against women and minorities as we speak. So many people lack a voice, lack the power to fight back. For all of them, I can be their sword.
Yeah, look, that's fine and all. I don't think I could do what you're doing, but I'm not about to stop you or say it's wrong either. This one time, I want you to back off.
What could you possibly gain from that? What about Shion?
Obviously, we're going to win the competition and get her out of that house, like we promised.
You're still thinking about winning that now?
Well, yeah, we're just that good after all. I've been running away from it a bit, but I don't think who I am is a liability. If I face everyone with honesty, I'm sure we'll reconnect with them and turn things around. And then, you know what? That big dumb oaf over there will have to see what a star I am. Can you imagine the look on his face? Won't be able to see that if it's Dad.
I see. Well, I've always respected your idealism. Never change. Now, get out of my way, or you won't like what happens next.
Were you always this stubborn?
Surprisingly, even to myself at times. But at the end of the day, I just have principles that I won't compromise on.
Ah, heck. Do you really have to slug it out here?
You're welcome to stand aside anytime.
Well, what are friends for if you don't slap some sense into each other now and then, right? Oh? Who else? Oh, hello!
Oh, no.
Hello!
Way. Oh, who's beyond?
Sure. There they are, the biggest unknown variables in our analysis. These 2 data points will change everything, and yet we know so little about the outcomes.
That's strange. I thought the plan was for me to use a final burst instead.
That is weird. Curious.
It shouldn't matter that much who else learns it, right?
Well, you know how it is. Just because we planned things out a certain way, doesn't mean it happened like that.
What?
It'd be nice if it all worked out as planned though, don't you think?
It's hard for me to say. Even if it did, I'd still be dead.
Right? Like she dies.
Speaking of which, how is it that I'm dead, but I'm still here?
Uh-oh, no!
And how exactly do you expect me to know these outcomes anyway? It kind of feels like they could go either way.
It might surprise you, but those 2 questions are pretty strongly linked. I'm sure it's clear by now that all of this is a simulation, right?
We've been looping through a simulated past in a simulated world. And that's how we're trying to figure out what happened in the real past.
It's not just the world and the past that are simulated. It's also you.
We were right? Me?
Right now, there's thousands of instances of you trying to arrive at that one truth. There are some differences in your viewpoints and attitudes, leading to some amount of variance. So the point of the experiment is that they're running more than one copy of this potentially. Okay. But we believe that when we analyze all the resulting data, we'll finally arrive there, at the one true reality that's been hidden for all this time.
I see. So that's how it is. The real me died 2 years ago. I'm just a program, one of thousands of myself, designed to find out the truth of what happened, to predict the thoughts and actions of the original, to understand the members of Starlight and predict their actions too. I don't know what I expected, so I don't really feel disappointed. Ever since I heard I'd already died, I figured I probably didn't have that much to go back to. Is this worse than being some kind of ghost? I'm not sure. I guess it doesn't matter. Maybe that's why I was so attached to these cycles. It's the only reality I've ever known. But even if I'm not real, the feelings I have about my friends are real. At least, they're real to me. If I can help them in some way. Are they still okay? Will I actually be able to help them like this?
I can't say for sure that I know what we'll find, but I promise we'll do whatever we can. So, even knowing what you do, will you lend us your strength? It doesn't matter what reasoning you use to arrive at your conclusion, whether you're just following your heart, or you think a certain outcome is more logical. The responsibility isn't yours alone.
See, if I wasn't capable of my own thoughts, my own feelings, she wouldn't need to ask me like this. But then again, even if it's just an echo of a memory, at the very least, my heart isn't a lie. That's all I need to know. Together, with all of me, I make my choice.
And that's
What?
it.
So, okay, that makes sense.
That all checks out. Like, that all just makes sense.
That's-
There isn't really much to have to debate over, in terms of... But, like, they just laid it out for us.
The only thing they introduced, if that was even a thing, was that, like, in universe, every copy is a copy of Joker.
Yeah, exactly. Wonder if they'll ever talk about, like, how they're hosting this then? Because... I thought this
Yeah,
was, like,
right?
who were they using as, like, the vessel? But, whatever the case... That's, yeah, it's interesting to hear that that is in universe. Alright, that's pretty wild. So I guess the Sarah Grace thing was about the same as we expected, essentially. I don't think I really I think
But
that's really
Haku
shitty.
and Firebird.
Yeah, people were talking about loosely about like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if guys? That's literally what's happening here. Fascinating. And it is a case of them fighting between like their own principles as well. Which is fascinating.
Yeah,
Like,
it's really cool.
Our routines and dreams get all mixed up. Stumbling half blind on the path that's laid before
and it's not necessarily that Joki is part of a hospital, which is messed up. Like,
But she has to, right? At
she's
some point.
dead.
Yeah, she's dead. That's not right. Like,
That was the plan, and she is dead. So what other possibility could there be? I don't know. I'm very curious.
you know what team you pick now?
I think I'm going to stay on Grace's team.
What about for Haku and Firebird?
Haku Firebird is very interesting. That's tough.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I feel like for this specific instance, Haku has more personal gain to get out of this, whereas Sumire, or like Firebird, they'd be like betraying their principles for this one case. But like Haku said, they can go and exercise like their justice elsewhere. Like it doesn't have to be here. I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I feel. What do you think?
I don't know. I think for Sarah and Grace, just because, I think I might go Sarah.
Very interesting. Yeah.
Because, also because like, this sounds weird, but it shouldn't be Grace's decision alone to like die.
Interesting.
Shouldn't everyone else at least know?
Right, I see. Like she should tell the rest of the group. You feel.
I feel like that's like it's difficult because that's like it's weird to say it's like a group decision, but like,
Interesting.
and then also the whole thing where it's like Joker's meant to die sometime, like.
So does it feel like this might be like a potential way for it to go against what was planned and sort of make it feel like it was for nothing? If Joker ends up like not being the one who kind of lost.
Also, I don't want Grace to die, personally. That's not really on my to-do list.
Yeah, I don't.
Be complicit.
It's so tricky.
I know.
I think it's like, for me, I'd like to believe that miracles can happen in the same way that like when Stornwall protects you at the end of Rebirth.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
that was a miracle. He came through for you in the end, even after it was like that. And so maybe Grace can get a second chance in some way. I'd like to hope. Or that like her having a stronger resolve will actually make it less risky for her. Which is a weird thing to say. But it's like, if she's so willing to put herself on the line, maybe because she's so true to her principles, she will be able to overcome any threat by putting herself like last. But she's stronger as a result, and so she can actually protect everyone like she wanted.
Right.
Whereas if she has that hesitation, it might put her at risk. Very interesting. I'm curious to hear if anyone else's take changes after this.
Have we been blind to all the paths before us?
Maybe.
Did we really think that we
I'm gonna have to go back and
have it all?
check what your dialogue was as opposed to mine. I didn't post on Twitter. That's pretty wild, so we'll have to watch out for that for during DS2 as well. Because it seemed like everything else was the same, which could have been a case of like we had similar. I wonder if the Sumire Haku conversation, or the Firebird and Haku conversation is different if you're less friendly to Hitori. Because then it could be like they're a bit more aggressive about their point of view rather than like having that same level of respect
Yeah.
for Haku as they do during that scene. Okay. Well, I
Yeah.
think that concludes my thoughts at least. Anything else you want to say?
At least for like Sumire and Haku, like Firebird and Haku.
Oh, that's right. You never said which one you want to say.
I never said. Because I'm not sure. Because it's like my gut is like I'd go with Firebird. Because I think like okay, like Yashiro gets like Haku gets that catharsis from beating it, but also like I think you have to think about Shion as well, who doesn't get that. Shion has been put in the same position as Haku. And that whole like I think it's justice. It's revenge. It's revenge. Masquerading as justice, but that's good enough for me.
Yeah, okay.
And then I'll probably pick whoever's got the better ability.
At that point, just because it's like...
No, I'm kidding. But when it swapped to like the blank, I was like, no way, there's Conversion 3 with like Jokerverse Beyond.
Wait, can you imagine actually? That sounds reasonable enough to be like some form of
Joker
like...
v Ari?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, Joker v
yeah,
Ari.
exactly.
Mm.
That's such an interesting... And it like
But I
changes
thought
the direction
I thought
of
that
like,
that whole section was basically like Joker AI coming to terms with this is my position now.
That's true.
And
yeah,
she's got
yeah.
like nothing to go back to, nothing to look forward to. And she's like pushed along because she has those feelings.
Yeah,
Or yeah.
like she's just accepted her role.
I wouldn't rule it out knowing this game. I would expect a big like OMG, but you know. I'm surprised we got both in the same chapter actually.
Yeah, so I guess DS2 really is going to be like a continuation where I assume this resolves. I don't know if this would it'll further along Hunter and Sumire's case, but yeah, I wonder what the continuity is going to look like.
I imagine they're both happening like concurrently.
No, yeah, but in terms of like once we get VS2, that's going to be after we've concluded VS1 and gotten a result out of it.
Oh, do we know if
Right.
results are getting posted like on both at once or one after the other?
I think Keitan was saying it as if like there will be a story continuation posted between Convergent 1 and 2, and it feels like that would have to come off the back of, like considering literally like all bases are covered now. We have Sunrise's story, we have Haku Sumire or like Violet, we have Grace, like all the characters have done something in this chapter. So the only way to go forward is like for them to continue. proceeding in some way.
Okay.
Otherwise, there's like no characters for us to actually like follow in VS Prelude.
That's dinner.
Oh wait, no, hold on. Or is there only one VS Prelude? Was there a second Prelude?
I don't think it's a second Prelude. That might be it. It might just be it.
Oh, so that's the whole thing. Okay, no. I think you're right.
That's the whole thing.
We do this, we do VS, we do Convergent 1, Convergent 2, then we get VS Chapter 1 and VS Chapter 2, sorry.
Yeah, because the Prelude to Chapter VS.
Right. Am I tripping about the whole, like, in terms of there would be a necessary continuation between 1 and 2?
I mean, you can ask.
Maybe I'll look it up on the Discord. Something like that.
Yeah, check the thing.
Oh yeah, that's right. Or were they all... I'm also, like, it could be that they both were meant to happen this month, so they were meant to just happen one right after the other, so there's no continuation process. Or was it just that the continuation happens between this and the conversion events? I don't know. I'm gonna have to go check my facts. I don't want to, like, throw out misinformation here, so... We'll find out. I wonder how this looks. Like, yeah, people will have to be able to play this chapter. But I wonder if VS 1 and 2 will just, like, happen right after this, which would be a bit awkward. Or if there's some kind of way that Kitchen's gonna do some sort of linking thing.
Oh yeah.
Because otherwise, like, you don't get to find good. I wonder if you even get the chance to, like, get the... I don't think you get the chance to get the style even. It's almost like, yeah, don't miss the events otherwise. I don't know. Everything crazy! That's starting to get crazy. Actually, before we go, I want to play one playable song to check if we can level up to 49. Or if it actually is stuck there. So let's play, hold on. Joker didn't go up, right? That's an important thing to check. I think it didn't. As in, like, the bottom level didn't go up. Oh no, first prelude needed 40. Right, okay. Right, no, we did level her up to 40. Okay, so hers would go up right now if there is something going on. Yeah,
Just a bit of trivia. It's you probably say VS because it's versus, but also in Roman numerals, S is like 0.5.
Oh
S
my gosh. That's the other thing that, like, was talked about. It was like, oh yeah, it's probably something else as well.
Which I had no idea if they had fractions.
Yeah.
It's based on, I think, 12ths, I think, which is, how do you do that?
4, 8, 6, 1, 5.
10 figures. They had 12 figures. they had 10 figures in Rome, guys.
That's definitely how it goes.
What's that do?
Oh. Because why not?
Well, it works. It works.
Works is definitely. It depends on what your definition of works is.
No, don't have low battery in the Switch. No, I don't.
Oh my gosh.
What do you?
Oh well, okay. Let's see if
What did you
my-
get? How many XPs?
The bond XP 44. Nah, I didn't go up there. Okay, so we'll have to wait until VS chapter 1 maybe, and then 2. What if the one
Yeah,
requirement would be 49
checks out.
for 1, and then 50 for 2, and then that will be everyone's at 50.
I thought we already got to 50, didn't we? No, that's right. We ended at 44.
Yeah. Oh, 48.
48. Oh, okay. No, before True Heroes.
Ah, I see. Yeah. Well, cool. Any closing thoughts?
No.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Yeah, I'm excited for the event. This is gonna be crazy. Yeah. Alright, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.